Oh, frick. This is not a good start to anything. Alright, well, good morning. Or, good day. I don't know where you are. Wherever you are, hope that you're well. Anyway, we're heading to the gym right now. It's Monday. It's morning. I'm tired. It's cold. But, we have goals. Big back day. Anyway, gonna get into some stuff later, but for now, I'm just gonna try to get a good workout in, so. Alright, well, because I'm a bad planner, I totally forgot that my wife and I only have one vehicle. She definitely told me that she needed a car at 9:30. It's 9:34. And so we're going to finish the rest of this little pull at the home setup. I hope you guys are ready to see how freaking epic this is. Time to hit the overdrive. That was a good day. That was a good pull day, in my opinion. I wish I had a little bit more time to work out at the gym. But sometimes working out at the home gym is just the move. Especially when you're in a time crunch. Nothing wrong with a little home gym. First meal of the day. These little microwave bowls, dude, kind of nice. Especially if you're in a crunch, you don't want to make food. Just get yourself one of these microwave meals. It's like under 500 calories. I think it's like 25 grams of protein. It's not exactly where I want to be. I think I'm joking. It's not exactly what I want to be doing, but, you know, I'm not looking to waste too much time today, so this is going to have to do. Ready? Come on. Oh! Right here, dude. This is the flavor. This is it. You know, so something that I definitely want to start doing is, like, including more of my faith in my content, because one thing that I know for sure is that nothing that I'm doing actually matters, like, in the slightest, if I'm doing it without the Lord. I could be posting every day. I could be getting stronger every day. I could be prioritizing my physical health. But if I'm not prioritizing my spiritual health, then none of it really matters. And I'm not saying that because I'm, like, locked in as, like, a Christian. If I'm being honest, this is the first time I picked up my Bible in a little bit. So, you know, don't think that I'm, like, trying to say that I'm better than anybody. I'm a sinner, just like anybody else. But I'm doing a little prep today for the gathering. It's coming up in like a week or so. Going to be leading worship, and this is the passage that we're kind of going over for that. So I'm going to read this to you really quick. Exodus 34:29 says this: When Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of the testimony in his hand, as he came down from the mountain, Moses did not know the skin of his face shone, because he had been talking with God. Aaron and all the people of Israel saw Moses, and behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come near him. But Moses called to them, and Aaron and all the leaders of the congregation returned to him, and Moses talked with them. Afterward, all the people of Israel came near, and he commanded them all that the Lord had spoken with him in Mount Sinai. And when Moses had finished speaking with them, he put a veil over his face. You know, something that my wife actually recommended was this site, enduringword.com, okay? If you need help, like, studying and understanding the Bible, that's, like, such a good reference, and I highly recommend that you go check that out. I read along with Enduring Word in this passage today, And it helped me understand a lot. One of the first things that I saw in this that I thought was like so cool was that if you read in like the passage just before in Exodus, it talks about how Moses walks up Mount Sinai and he's actually up there for 40 days and 40 nights, like fasting with the Lord. And if you can just imagine, right, for a second, that you're a human being, you haven't eaten or drank anything in 40 days and 40 nights. You're coming back down from that mountain, like looking like absolute trash. But what's so cool is that Moses comes down from Mount Sinai and his face is like shining. Like physically, his appearance is actually better than it's ever been, right? What I had read in the commentary was that like when we as Christians are spending time with the Lord, like in his presence, like it affects the way that we look physically, like our face, right? First, if you're producing all the fruits of the spirit, right? Like joy, peace, patience, goodness, gentleness, all those things, like people are going to be able to see that in you first, like in the way that you like carry yourself. Like usually happy people look pretty happy, or like joyful people look pretty joyful. And you can like pick up on that. But what Moses is experiencing here is like that dialed to like a jillion. Is that even? I don't know. Basically dialed up by like a lot, right? He's spending time in the actual presence of the Lord. And so he's coming back down with his physical appearance like altered so much because he was in the literal presence of God. And I thought that was sick. Another thing that I think is awesome is that it says that Moses didn't even know that his face was shining. Like, and I think that that's like a testament to how like humble he really was as like a man, because he wasn't focused on like what did I receive out of this like physically, or like what's different about me now that I've experienced the Lord in this way. He was only focused about what the Lord had told him to go and do, you know. So he wasn't even aware of the fact that his physical appearance had like changed. Everybody else was aware of that, and I think that's a humility that like I really want to like strive for. I mean, especially in like what I'm doing it, it's really hard to like not think about myself, right? It's really hard if you're going to the gym, if you're working on yourself constantly. It's really hard to not like look in the mirror or whatever and say like, you know, I'm looking good or I'm doing this, as opposed to like thanking God in humility for the ability to even be able to exercise or to be able to work out or to be able to take care of yourself. There's a insane level of humility in the way that he's like carrying himself in this passage, and I think that that's something that like I want to strive for, you know. There's nothing relevant about me, but everything relevant about, you know, what God is affecting in the time that I'm spending with him. So anyway, I mean, there's a little nugget, you know, for today. If you haven't read your Bible, dude, get in your Bible. And if you're in Anchorage and you need a place to go, dude, Thursday nights, 7 o'clock, dude, come hang out. We do worship, Bible study, all the things, you know. We just get closer to Jesus as people that need him. So, yeah. Well, it's kind of day one. I didn't really show my weigh in today because I was ashamed. But the goal is to be sub 200. And I weighed in about 212 today. So, got some work to do. But stay tuned.